Once there was an extremely clever man. All the children knew him well. He would often draw beautiful pictures for them. He could draw animals, toys, children, engines, ships, aeroplanes, and many more things within the blink of an eye. One day, little Sally Johnson found him all alone, sitting on a stile. He had his sketchbook on his knee and was drawing the distant hills. Sally peeped over his arm.
Can you draw faces?
She asked, "You know, portraits of real people, so that I know who they are?"
Oh yes,
said the artist, and his eyes lighting up at Sally's request.
I'm very good at that because I cannot only draw what's in the faces, but the faces themselves too.
What do you mean?
Asked Sally with curiosity.
Well now, what shall I draw for you?
Asked the man as he sharpened his pencil.
You tell me, and you'll soon see what I mean.
Draw my granny's face, please.
Requested Sally. The man set his pencil to paper and began to draw a face. It was a lovely face, sweet and young.
But that's not my granny,
protested Sally.
It is when she was 20.
Explained the artist. He put in a few lines and then some more. He gave the mouth a little twist and drew wrinkles around the eyes. The face soon became old and looked sad and tired.
Yes, that's my granny,
said Sally excitedly. You made her into my granny when you added those little lines. It's funny how those tiny lines made that face into my granny's.
They weren't always on your granny's face,
said the artist.
See that one there? That's a worry line. It came when one of her sons ran away and didn't write to her for 2 years. And do you see that one, that little frown line? That came when your grandpa lost all his money and she was upset because she had to give up her nice house with a garden and they didn't have a lot of money to bring up their children.
He explained.
Yes, Mummy told me about that time,
said Sally.
Did it really put that line into her face? Wait, what's that one over there, at the corner of her mouth?
She asked. It's a nice line. It makes her mouth look sweet.
Ah, your mother put that there,
replied the man.
She was always sweet and helpful, so your granny couldn't help smiling when she was around.
Oh, I'm glad,
said Sally. She then pointed to the wrinkles and asked,
Look at those lines. How did Granny get those?
They came when one of her daughters became very ill,
said the artist.
Then they got worse when she found that a good friend of hers was doing something wrong. And they got even worse when she fell ill and was always cross with everyone. But it's a good face, isn't it, even though it's a bit tired and sad?
Yes,
replied Sally.
I didn't know that people's faces would change like that because of things that happened to them. Could you also draw my mother's face, please? She's lovely.
The man drew another face round, young and unlined. Sally knew the face of her mother since she was younger.
You haven't put in any lines?
She said.
Mummy doesn't have many, but she's got a few. Could you please put them in and tell me what they mean?
Sally requested politely.
Well, here's one,
said the artist quickly, adding a few lines and pointing at one.
That came when your brother fell off his bicycle and broke his leg badly. It's a worry line. And there's another. That came when your granny fell very ill. And this one came when your daddy lost his job. That's a very sad line, isn't it?
Yes, but Daddy's working again now, so perhaps it will go away, said Sally. I don't like it. It makes Mummy's face look old. What are those little lines around her eyes? She asked.
Oh, those are laugh lines, said the artist. Your mother is fond of jokes, isn't she? She put those merry little lines there herself.
Sally looked earnestly at the picture. It was her mother's face, there was no doubt about it. She looked at a little curly line by the mouth.
What's that?
She asked.
I like that. What put that nice little smile line there?
You did, Sally,
said the artist.
You're a nice little girl, you know. You're well-mannered and kind. The only line in your mother's face that you've put is that little curly one you like. And look, I'll make it a little bigger. And now your mother's face is even more sweet.
Yes, it is,
replied Sally, getting excited.
I'll make it bigger on Mummy's real face too. You will see if I don't. I'd really love to put a nice smiley line on Mummy's face. Do you think people know how faces are made? Do you think?
Oh, I can't answer so many questions,
said the artist, interrupting Sally's ramble.
You want to know everything. I've given away a lot of secrets already. Goodbye now, Sally. Use my secrets well,
said the artist, and with that he went away. I would like to meet that man, would not you? and see him draw some faces. Wonder what lines you have put into your own mother's face? Some very nice ones, I hope.